And then at 11:15 we shall be having a katha on the life of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakura. So here what you are able to see, the picture of him. He bara karuna karo Vaishnava Gosai. He bara karuna karo Vaishnava Gosai. Karuna karo Vaishnava Gosai. Patita pavana toma bin ke hanai. जहाँ निकाटे गेले पाप दूर जाए. गेले पाप दूर जाए. हे मना दयाल प्रभु के बाको था पाए. गंगारा पराश हले पाशाते पावाना. दर्शने पवित्र करो जय तुम्हारा गुना. हरिस्ताने अपराधे तारे हरि नाम. तमस्ताने अपराधे नाही परित्राण. तुम्हारा हृदय सदा गोविंद विश्राम. गोविंद कहे ना मोरा वैष्णव पराण. प्रति जन्मे करी आशा चरणे रधूली. नरतम कर दया अपनार बोली. ए बारा करुणा करो वैष्णव गोसाई. पतिता पावना तमा बिने के हना जय वैष्णव ठाकुर जय वैष्णव ठाकुर वैष्णव ठाकुर जय वैष्णव ठाकुर जय भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर जय भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय श्रील प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय श्रील गुरुदेव Now we shall be singing Gurudev Kripa Bindu Diya. Gurudev Kripa Bindu Diya Karaye Dase Trinapekha Atihina Karaye dase trinapekha atihina Gurudev kripa bindu diya Karaye dase trinapekha atihina Karaye dase तृणपेखा अतिहीना सकल सहने बल दिया कर निज माने स्पृहहीना सकल सहने बल दिया कर निज माने स्पृहहीना सकल सम्मान करिते शाकाति देहनाथ जथा जथा सम्मान करिते शाकाति देहनाथ जथा जथा तबे तो गाइब हरि नाम सुखे अपराध बेहता हरि नाम सुखे अपराध बेहता कबे है नो कृपा लोभियाए जाना कृतार्थ होई बेनाथ कबे है नो कृपा लोभियाए जाना कृतार्थ होई बेनाथ शक्ति बुद्धिहीना आमी अति दीना कर मोरे आत्मसाथ शक्ति बुद्धिहीना आमी अति दीना कर मोरे आत्मसाथ योग्यता विचारे किछु नाही पाए तुम्हारा करुणा सारा যোগ্যতা বিচারে কিছু নাহি পায়, তোমারা করুণা সারা। করুণা না হইলে কাঁদিয়া কাঁদিয়া প্রাণ না রাখিব আরা। করুণা না হইলে কাঁদিয়া কাঁদিয়া প্রাণ না রাখিব আরা। গুরুদেব কৃপা বিন্দু দিয়া করো এই দাসে তৃণাপেক্ষাতিহীনা। গুরুদেব কৃপা বিন্দু দিয়া কর দেই দাসে তৃণাপেক্ষাতিহীনা। সকালে সহনে বল দিয়া কর নিজ মানে স্পৃহহীনা। सहने बल दिया करो निज मन स्पृहहीना। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। जय वैष्णव ठाकुर जय वैष्णव ठाकुर, वैष्णव ठाकुर जय वैष्णव ठाकुर। जय आचार्य ठाकुर जय आचार्य ठाकुर, आचार्य ठाकुर जय आचार्य ठाकुर। जय भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर, भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर। जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद, जय श्रील प्रभुपाद। जय जय गुरुदेव गुरुदेव गुरुदेव, जय श्रील गुरुदेव। नीताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल, नीताय गौर हरि बोल। नीताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल, नीताय गौर हरि बोल। नीताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल, नीताय गौर हरि बोल। श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। हरे कृष्णा। So today we have with us His Grace Anandmay Prabhuji. So we'd like to welcome Anandmay Prabhuji to Iskcon Shri Radha Madan Mohan Temple by loudly chanting 3 times Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. We are getting Prabhuji's darshan after many days. We were bereft of his darshan. So we'd like to welcome Prabhuji. Thank you. We'll be hearing on the life of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur Maharaj Srila Prabhupada. We'll be hearing from His Grace Prem Nartan Prabhuji. So we'll be having Katha on the life of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur Maharaj from 11:15 to 12 o'clock. Then 12 o'clock we'll be having Pushpanjali and then Aarti. And we'll be hearing, if possible.
ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाखया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी निति नामिनि। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामिने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिसिद्धान्ता सरस्वती नामिनि। श्रीवार्षभानवी देवी दायिताय कृपाब्दये कृष्णसम्बन्धविज्ञानदायिने प्रभवे नमः। माधुर्योज्ज्वलप्रेमाढ्या श्रीरूपानुगभक्तिदा श्रीगौराकरुणाशक्ति विग्रहाय नमोस्तुते। नमस्ते गौरवाणी श्रीमूर्तये दीनतारिणे रूपानुगा विरुद्धापापसिद्धान्त द्वान्त्वहारिणे। हरे कृष्ण। Seeking blessings from His Grace and my Prabhu. After many long days, Prabhuji is here to speak something about His Divine Grace Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Srila Prabhupada used to say actually that uh, grandfather is more affectionate towards children than the father also. In that way, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is like a grandfather. For us, he is like great grandfather. So he is much more affectionate. So we can directly offer our prayers on this very special day, invoking his blessings. Whenever Prabhupada was asked about his spiritual master, he used to say, he is a Vaikuntha man. He used to say, what can I say about him? And Prabhupada always used to say that never there was a time I am separated from my spiritual master. He is always present with me. So when it comes to the life of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, morning we had some of the few incidents that Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur is born to Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. When Bhaktivinoda Thakur was posted in Jagannath Puri, Lord Jagannath came into his dream and told, I posted here not for the government work. I posted here for my service, but you are not doing anything for me. So then Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur replies, I am so much bound, I can't, if you can somebody from your own entourage to assist me, then I will be able to do something. Then Lord Jagannath speaks to Bhaktivinoda Thakur, you offer prayers to Vimala Devi, then you will receive a son. So by the blessings of Goddess Vimala Devi, the son is born, that's why he is named as Vimala Prasad. And we know the famous pastime that as a small child, when Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur is there at that time, Jagannath Rath is passing in front of the home of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. At that time, the Rath got stopped in front of the house of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. It is not moving. So it is a famous pastimes of Jagannath. Whenever he want to meet somebody, he want to give his mercy to somebody, he stops till that person comes and receives the blessings. So in that way, at that time, the wife of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Bhagavati Devi, she brings the newborn child and places in front of Lord Jagannath. And at that time, a garland from the neck of Jagannath falls on the baby. And the baby crawls and holds the feet of Lord Jagannath, it is told. So at that time, Bhaktivinoda Thakur gets confirmation, this is the child actually which, Lord has sent to assist me. So since childhood, this Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur happened to be a very extraordinary child. He has great intelligence. He could remember anything, whatever he used to read. And it is said by the time he was 7, he memorized entire Bhagavad Gita. Not only just memorized, he could explain all the verses also, not just theoretically remember. And he invented his own handwriting, new lipi, so that he can, like modern days we have shorthand, that press reporters use. Like that, he invented his own writing style by which he can take notes whenever Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur used to say. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur trained in so many aspects, and one of the special thing he trained is in printing and publishing books. So, in that way, Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur trained in so many aspects, and he happened to be very great in the academics also. And he used to memorize whole libraries only, it is said. And Prabhupada used to say that my Guru Maharaj is a walking encyclopedia. There is nothing in this world that he doesn't know actually. He knows everything under the sun, whatever is there. So he used to read entire libraries only completely. And his vocabulary of English also is very great. Even it is said, Britishers used to read letters actually, they used to think we should tutor our people under him in learning English. So in that way, he is a very great scholar in the academics, and especially is called one of the very great astronomical theory called Surya Siddhanta. And there are two ways of in astrology. One is around the moon, another is around the sun. But this particular Surya Siddhanta, whichever is there, it is very, very great science. But the only problem is you have to change some parameters once in few years, you know. Otherwise, you cannot use the same, thing as it is. So, because people are not that much intelligent after some years, for several decades actually nobody changed the parameters and adjusted to the, you know current time, place and circumstances. So in that way many people are using the Surya Siddhanta without proper basis, and that is not working, you know. So then Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur happens to see, then he adjusts the parameters which for centuries together the parameters are not changed. He completely realigns the system and he again brings back the Surya Siddhanta back. So seeing that, actually there are so many scholars get so much amazed by his ability to adjust all the constants and parameters in the Jyotish Shastra. And at that time they confer upon him the title Siddhanta Saraswati. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur saw and he thought it is very academic, so he added Bhakti to that title before. And seeing his great scholarship, actually, that the Dean of Calcutta University, he said actually for every department there is a special chair, that is HOD post kind of thing. For this, only one person qualified, that is Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So better give him that post or leave that post as it is. Don't make anybody sit there saying that he is qualified. So at that time he is not even college graduate also. And during the school times, morning we are mentioning here that he found one club like we have modern our Gauranga Sabha. At that time he found one Chira Kumara Sabha. That who want to remain lifelong celibates, they can be part of that Sabha, and they can be always discussing about life stories of great brahmacharis who dedicated their life like that. So in that many people join, but only one person remains in that, that is he himself. Afterwards everybody eventually get married. Nobody remains in that. So eventually Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, as he was growing, he started actually going to regularly in Jagannath Puri, that Mayavad, that Shankaracharya's ashram, and reading the Mayavad books also. And they thought actually he was, coming to our thing and everything. So they offered all the literature, whatever they had. So he was reading all these things so that he can defeat them future. So he developed very firm roots about Mayavad, reading the books thoroughly. So more he was growing, actually, he was picking more and more enemies with so many Mayavadis, confronting. At that time, Bhaktivinoda Thakur thinks actually it is not good for him to stay here. So better you go to Navadvip Dham. There we have Yogapit. There is nobody to manage. So you please go there. Like that, Bhaktivinoda Thakur sends Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur to there. So there, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur decides actually that unless there is purity in life, what is the use of preaching? Of course, before only, on the recommendation of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he was initiated by Gaur Kishore Das Babaji. It is a big story that he approaches several times Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. It is almost similar to Ramanujacharya also goes to that Goshti Purna for receiving the mantra. 17 times, 18 times he goes. Every time he was rejected. But finally, seeing the sincerity of Ramanujacharya, that mantra is given. Similar, the same way you can see in the Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur life also, he makes several attempts. Every time he was rejected by Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, saying that I am not qualified. And sometimes he used to say, I will ask Gauranga and decide. When he goes next time, did you ask? He said, actually I forgot to ask. Again, when he goes, then he says that actually he asked Gauranga, said no. You know. So finally, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur shows great desperation actually. Without receiving the mercy of Guru, what is the use of life? Then he decides to end his life. Then at that time, he was accepted as his disciple and he was given the name Sri Varshabhanavi Devi Daita Dasa. That is, Sri Varshabhanavi means it is the daughter of Vrishabhanu Maharaj, that is Radharani. Daita means servant. Uh, so in that way, he was given the name. So, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he took a vow to complete Shatakoti Nama Japa, that is 100 crores of chanting holy name. And again, in that also, again one more vow is there, that is, in every month he will complete 1 crore holy names. So in that way, if you want to complete 1 crore in a month, it is, you should chant more than 3 lakhs a day. If you chant 3 lakhs a day, it comes only 90 lakhs per month. So 3 lakhs means 192 rounds. So you should chant at least 20 rounds more than 192. Then it comes 1 crore in a month. So like that, it took several years, 8 years, it comes 96 crores and 4 more months. So like that, he completed his Shatakot Nama Japa. Actually, during that time only, this debate happened to come, that who is great, Brahmana and Vaishnava. So in between that, he went and he uh, participated in the debate, and he, argued in favor of Vaishnavas, and he, established Vaishnavism is the glorious path. So during that time, he preached also. So one of the earliest disciples was attracted during that time. One of the person, Kunja Babu, he happens to inquire actually, is there anybody who can preach this Gaudiya Siddhanta? So then he was told about, yes, there is one person, he is son of Bhaktivedanta Thakur, but he is doing Shatakot Nama Japa in the Mayapur. So if you can meet him and request him, he may come for preaching. Then actually, so he goes and he searches, where is he? Then some people say actually he comes in the evening to the Ganga for taking bath. At that time you can meet him. So at that time, he sees actually Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur comes like a wild mad person. He comes and jumps in the Ganga along with his clothes. And he is calling Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga. And he happened to see Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and he says actually I am interested in establishing a proper organization by which we can spread the teachings of Lord Chaitanya. Do you want to help me? Then he says, what are you speaking actually? See, here Panchatattva is dancing and Sankirtan movement is going on. So what is required of preaching? Like that, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says, and he goes again back to his, bhajan kutir. At that time he thinks he is not a person, who can, establish organization and preach. And he keeps quiet. And after several years, actually, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur completes his Shatakot Nama Japa, and he comes back with a, clean shaved head and nicely, with the sannyas danda and sannyas dress. Actually, he himself takes sannyas actually. Nobody is there to give sannyas. In front of the picture of Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, he himself accepts sannyas. So, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is quite bold in his sometimes his speech and his dealings also. Sometimes some people ask actually, how could you take sannyas yourself? Because many people are there to come forward and give sannyas. Then Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur told, nobody who is living on this planet is qualified to give me sannyas. And at that time he comes and he knocks on the one home's door. And when the door is opened, he is the same person, that Kunja Babu. And he sees actually Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And he says, you remember several years before you came to me and asked about establishing one organization. Are you still interested? Then he says, yes. So on the very day, they register Gaudiya Math and they start that Gaudiya Math organization. So by his purity and great scholarship, many wonderful personalities, at that time who are highly qualified, who are like IAS caliber kind of people. So they got attracted and they joined Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So, so they are highly scholars, some of them actually. So what we say, this Pranati Mantra, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur actually, it was spoken by one of his disciples during Vyas Puja. Instantly. He was called, can you glorify our spiritual master, means he chanted this glorification that became his Pranati Mantra now. So such great scholars are there. And it is at one point of time, this Subhash Chandra Bose happened to come and he, asked Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, actually so many intelligent people, highly qualified people are coming to you and they are joining. Actually, we require them for the freedom fighting of India. Why don't you let them out? And I will take them. Then Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur told, actually, these are very skinny brahmacharis. Actually, they are not so much, good in fighting and all these things. Let them eat some prasadam and read Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, preach. And he says, you are thinking actually you can drive away British people actually. Just by your driving away, British people will not go. When Krishna says them, you go, then only they will go. And he says, actually, if you read Bhagavad Gita, it is said, whatever you remember at the time of death, you will become that. You are always thinking British, British, British. Actually, at the time of death, if you remember British, you will end up becoming born again British. So whenever he used to come and argues with Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, actually, he used to get thoroughly defeated. And he used to say, actually, if I am not came here, for political freedom, I would have surely become the disciple of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And it is said, his Subhash Bose's father, Janakinath Bose, is a great Vaishnava actually. He is, is a great member of, he used to give regular donation to Gaudiya Math and regular prasadam also used to go to his home. And Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is very organized in his preaching. And they have very systematic way of, approaching people and distributing books. And he had a system that brahmacharis who distribute nice book distribution used to buy bicycles, which are British made in those days. It is we give marathon gifts, na? Like that. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur used to give cycles to the brahmacharis who does nice book distribution. And he used to have several magazines actually. Some of them are daily, some of them weekly, some of them are bi-weekly, some of them are monthly. Like there are so many magazines he used to have. And one of the magazine actually, I think that is Harmonist or something, actually he wanted to rename it. He asks for suggestion from the disciples. So at that time different people give different names. Some people say the Gaudiya message and like that. At that time our Prabhupada happened to be there and he says, why not it back to Godhead? That title Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur likes so much. And he says, very good actually. So, but they couldn't name that. But he says, whenever you start any, magazine, you use that only as title, back to Godhead. So like that, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur used to have some magazines which are called Paramardhika and Vyavaharika. Means some are spiritual and some are outside news also. And he used to tell the disciples, you tear away that outside one and used to preserve that spiritual part. And they used to have one particular magazine that they always used to address the current issues, whatever is happening in the society in the light of Bhagavatam. And they used to pass away very nice critical remarks upon whatever is happening without mentioning their name. Indirectly they used to, you know, give punch. Like he used to say, don't call it as a cow. You call it as an animal which has four legs and gives milk and has a tail and horns. But don't call cow. So like that, they used to address all the issues which are in the, happening in the current society with the view of Bhagavatam light. So that used to be liked by many, many great scholars actually at that time. So in that way, they have a very wonderful way of approaching the people and no, and including them. And Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur used to organize festivals in a massive scale, and it is said 3 lakhs people used to attend. You know, they used to village and in a boats and give pamphlets and invite, and through trains also they used to send, and like that they used to celebrate in a huge festivals. And later part of that time, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, when started traveling and preaching, and he used to go in a train, and that train used to stop in various stations. At that time, people used to come and he used to give class in the station only, and no, again he used to get in, and again next station, So whenever Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur travels, it is understood that the train is late, you know. So during the day, he used to get down and sit on the platform, and they used to bring a chair, Vyasasana, and some local dignitaries also used to come and they garland him, like that. The train who is used to drive, he is also come and sit in the class, you know. So during the night time, if it is, then Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur used to sit on the, steps of the train. There only used to give brief talk. Then the train used to go. So like that, actually, he is very, a great preacher. And if you see, so, and one of the very extraordinary things which Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur introduced is theistic exhibitions. That is dioramas, what we see now in our temples. It is actually that Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur so much promoted that actually through that he used to depict Krishna Leela and Gaur Leela and our Bhagavad Gita, Science of Soul, all these things. And some of the exhibits which he did, actually it is 1 square mile, that much big exhibits. And that used to last for several months, and 10 to 15 lakhs people used to come and attend during that time. And at that time, the Gaudiya used to get good funds and everything. And when this exhibition is happening in some other part of India, there was a severe drought. At that time, Gandhiji demanded the money of Gaudiya Math should come to that drought relief. Otherwise, I am going to fast. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, if you want to fast, you fast. You are saying about the material flood, and what about this flood of Bhavaroga which is happening, and that is flooding the whole universe. In that way, he is very, very bold and very strong in his approach. So, in that way, they used to, wherever they used to go, the disciples of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, actually, they used to preach very vigorously, and all the caste Goswamis, and they used to become so frightened that wherever they used to come. So in, I think, Bangladesh, Dhaka, I think actually, when they go, the caste Goswamis, they told local people, they are all the gurus actually of the local people. It is already fixed. I am your guru, and my son is going to become your guru, and his son is going to become their guru. So like that, it is fixed actually for generation after generation. And they came to know that these people are coming. If these people come, actually they completely stop our business. And they told local people, if you help them in any way, then it is a great offense to us. Understand, you should not give them anything, not even water also. Don't give any residence, not food, not even water. So like that, they tell them, and they, stop anything to get. So, and at that time, they write letter actually to Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, these people are not giving anything. So Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says, In Dhaka there is a Bhuri Ganga, river is flowing. Yeah? Is that not giving water? You go and drink that water and preach. And they have a standard technique actually wherever they used to go. They used to take a ghost haunted places. That is nobody wants them and everybody want to somehow or other get rid of them. And they used to take that and they used to do roaring Kirtan and all the ghosts and everything goes away and they used to establish the mata there. So, in that way, actually, they had very, very great preaching wherever they go. And the mother of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Bhagavati Devi, before she is leaving the body, actually, she takes a promise from Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur that, Lord Chaitanya's message should go to Western countries. You give me the promise that you are going to do it. So at that time, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur gives the promise to his mother. So that's why he used to ask all his disciples actually, you should preach in the Western countries. And one particular time actually, that Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur sends some of his most highly qualified disciples to Western countries for preaching. But somehow or other, it wasn't be so successful. So when they come back, they invest a lot of money also in doing all these things. So Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur addresses the gathering of the assembly, and he says actually that I have given this promise to my mother, and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu predicted this will happen. And he says, one of the person among you who is my sold out servant, he is going to fulfill this prediction. Like that, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur sees all the people and he turns around and he sees towards Prabhupada. It is said, there is one person next to Prabhupada, he is Nainananda Brahmachari, and he says actually, he is sitting next to Prabhupada and Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur glances for few seconds, towards Prabhupada and again says actually, yes, there is one disciple of mine, he is going to bring the whole world towards my lotus feet. So, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur predicts actually that Prabhupada is going to fulfill this prediction. And if you see in the life of Prabhupada also, the interactions which he had with Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, in 1922, Srila Prabhupada first time meets Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and so much influenced by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, and he says actually the mission of Lord Chaitanya is in the hands of very competent person. Yeah? And Prabhupada says, I accepted him as my spiritual master in the heart. And afterwards, Prabhupada moves to this current day Prayagraj, where Kumbh Mela is happening now. And at that time, some of the Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur disciples happened to come and they wanted to establish a Gaudiya Math. At that time, they happened to know about our Prabhupada and they meet him. And Prabhupada goes to so many donors and he collects so many funds and helps in establishing the Gaudiya Math. And at that time, they recommend Prabhupada's name for initiation. And Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says, I know him, before I already saw him actually. He likes to hear. Yeah? He doesn't go away. So out of all the qualifications actually, they recommend Prabhupada for his skills of raising funds. But Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur note him for his, patiently is hearing the message. And he says, I have noted him, I will initiate him. And they tell him actually why he is staying outside, he should be staying and he should become the president of our Mata. Then Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says, let him be outside only. When the time comes, he is going to do everything. So like that, several occasions are there where we see Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur noted Prabhupada. And there is one more time that happened to be the Vyasa Puja of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. At that time, several disciples offer Vyasa Puja offerings, and our Prabhupada writes a poem. In that poem, that is very much liked by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. In that he writes one particular stanza in that absolute is sentient, thou hast proved, impersonal calamity thou hast moved. So when Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur reads that Vyasa Puja offering, he was so impressed, and he says actually he exactly understood my heart. Whatever he writes, you just print it, no need to see only. So like that actually there are several instances. Then Prabhupada used to say actually that somehow he is so much merciful to me. He used to, whenever I used to go to him, he used to speak so many intimate things. So one point of time, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says to Prabhupada that recently a policeman came to me and he warned me that there are some people who are envious of me. They want to kill me. And they came to the police and bribed 25,000 rupees at that time. We are going to do something, but you just keep quiet. So they told, and the policeman comes to Bhaktisiddhanta and says, actually, we take bribes, but we are not going to do these kind of things to sadhus. So, but be careful. Like that, he says, like that many intimate things actually Prabhupada shares actually with Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur shares with Prabhupada. And then the another instruction also that when Prabhupada meets Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur in Vrindavan and the Radha Kund, at that time Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says, previously we used to have very simple place in Ulta Danga, and we had preaching and everything, but afterwards we got this place Bhag Bazaar, very opulent place. After this came, and there are so many disputes among the devotees and everything. So there will be a fire in the mata. And he says, and I wish that actually the marble is taken out of the temple and print books. At that time again he gives instructions to Prabhupada that whenever you have money, print books. So our Prabhupada always used to feel that actually I am an outsider, I am a grihastha, but so many people are very intimate to our Guru Maharaj, and he used to write letters actually that how can I serve you. So one of the letter he writes very few weeks before Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur happened to leave this world. There also in the reply, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur gives the same instruction actually. You are highly qualified person. I am fully confident that you can explain the teachings of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to the Western people in English language. So if you do this, you will be doing great service to the entire humanity, and it will be very good for you also. So like that, the same instruction Prabhupada receives. And afterwards, actually, when Prabhupada takes the Vanaprastha ashram, and he was printing Back to Godhead magazine, at that time one of the postmen says, Swamiji, why are you doing all these things? People just keep aside the magazines here and there. And if you print books, people will keep it for a long time. Then Prabhupada immediately remembers, actually, my Guru Maharaj told this only, actually. So my Guru Maharaj is speaking through you. At that time Prabhupada starts actually that, printing Bhagavatam, first canto. So like that, and Prabhupada also says, actually, I used to get repeated dreams, and my spiritual master come into my dreams and used to say that take sannyas. So like that it is. We can see several of the Prabhupada deep connection with Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, which are mentioned in the Srila Prabhupada Leelamrita. And there are so many great pastimes of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur are there. One of the theory which Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur strongly propounded is drishta drishya vichar. That is, who is the enjoyer and who is enjoyed. That is a theory which he is always used to say. He used to say Krishna is the enjoyer, we are being the enjoyed. And it is said he used to go to sometimes in front of the altar, used to stand in front of the altar without specs. And some of the disciples used to say, Maharaj, can I bring your spectacles? He said, no, not required. Because he is the person who is going to see us. We are not the people who are going to see him. He is the enjoyer. He is supposed to see us. That he applied this principle in every walk of his life. It is said once during the some of the festival in Gaudiya Mutt, they cooked malpova, and malpova is being served. One of the Brahman comes and he is eating malpovas like anything, one after another, one after another. And the disciples of Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur passes a comment: are you eating the malpova or the malpova is eating you? Then he becomes offended actually, and he goes upset, goes to home and he writes a letter to Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur. What do you think? What your disciples are saying? Do you think I don't have money and my wife cooks and always feeds me nicely? Do you think I don't have food to eat? And they are saying that, are you eating malpava or malpava is eating you? So at that time, Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur replies actually again saying this drishta drishya vichar. It is said the prasad of Lord is not different from Lord. So when you accept the prasad, we should accept in a most reverential mood. So Krishna enjoys our consciousness when you are accepting prasad. So in that way, we are not the enjoyer of the prasad, but Krishna is the enjoyer. So he applied that same principle there also, drishta drishya vichar. In every walk of his life, actually, he used to say that actually. And whenever there used to be some kind of disagreements between the brahmacharis in the ashram, and he used to resolve in a very standard format. And he used to call them and make them sit next to him and facing each other, and he used to sit in between. And he used to say, now you speak his glories. Because till now there is a heated arguments. It is very difficult to think of the other person's glories actually. So, but in front of Guru Maharaj, they have to speak. So, even though they are unable to remember their glories, they used to speak something, and he used to say something more. And you speak something more. Then he used to say him also. You also speak about him. And he speaks about him also. Like that, he used to make each other appreciate. So, after several minutes, and they used to understand actually, there are some kind of drawbacks are there in that person, but above that there are so many good qualities are there in him. So like that actually he always used to see the brighter side of the people and encouraged everyone to see the brighter side. And it said there used to be cook in the ashram kind of person. He is a very, very always very critical towards devotees. So when he passed away, many people inside they are passing a lot of comments that better he passed away or something. But Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur came there and appreciated him actually. He always used to wear very nice clean dress and put nice tilak. Like that he appreciated him also. So like that there are so many wonderful instances are there. And there is one very amazing pastime. I would like to conclude today's discussion with that. And it shows the extreme compassion of spiritual master that we cannot imitate in our stage, but just we can appreciate Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur's great heart. It is not to be imitated. So there used to be one brahmachari in the ashram, and he is not so much spiritually very strong, but he was there. So sometime he used to say actually, I want to go home and see my parents, like that. But Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur knows if he goes home, he will not come back. He will not remain in bhakti only. So he never used to give him permission actually to go home. So he used to stay at home. He used to stay in the that Navadvip Dham somewhere. Somehow after some years, that brahmachari developed some peculiar disease, and it becomes very very serious, and no, it came almost to the time that he is going to leave the body. So at that time, Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur told, actually, now you send him home. you know then he thought, actually, no, no, I don't want to go home. No, I want to leave my body in dham only. you know if I go home, then I will remember them, and I will miss the opportunity to go back to Godhead. No, Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur says, no, nothing doing, you take him home. So unwillingly, he was sent to home, and it is said, actually, on the way he passes away and leaves the body. And many of other disciples think, actually, why Guru Maharaj is so strong, actually why he is sending him home. And they become a bit upset, and comes back and tells, see, Guru Maharaj, you send him home, now he passed away on the way. you know if he is in dham and leaves the body, at least it will be good. And then Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur says, actually, you see, his whole life, actually, he is having thoughts about meeting his parents and everything. But now, if he leaves the body here, he leaves the body thinking of his parents. But now we have sent him home. Now he is feeling separation from dham. And he left the body remembering the dham. Now he will surely go back to Godhead. So actually, it is the unbelievable, compassion of Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, actually, upon all his disciples, actually. And he used to cry, actually, sometimes when any devotee leaves Krishna consciousness. Sometimes it is said, some of the sannyas given to some people and their previous ashram, their wives used to come and drag them back to their grahastha ashram. At that time, Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur literally used to cry, I couldn't save him in Krishna consciousness. So Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur used to say, actually, we have to shed gallons of blood to bring one person to Krishna consciousness, actually. So in that way, actually, we are very very fortunate to have such a glorious disciplic succession. And he was titled as a Simha Guru, by that local, one of the great politician, I think, actually, at that time, he names Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur as Simha Guru. So in that way, Prabhupada always used to say about his spiritual master. And today is very very special day. It is the appearance day of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur. And we can pray that we also develop our deep conviction in the process of Krishna consciousness, and develop a great dedication to the service of spiritual master. Hare Krishna. His Divine Grace Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur ki jai. His Grace Anandmai Prabhu, you want to speak some few minutes?
Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pastaya Bhutale Sayamate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Sarasvati Deve Gauravani Pachadine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Pastyata Vedatarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pastaya Bhutale Sayamate Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Niti Namine So we have heard a wonderful glories of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakur, the spiritual master of Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. As our Prabhuji was telling, that the father is affectionate towards the son, but more than the father, the grandfather is affectionate towards the grandson. So once at the time, Srila Prabhupada was in Boston, and it was the day of the appearance of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakur. So everybody was expecting Srila Prabhupada to give a lecture, to give a message on the glories of his own spiritual master. And there was a meeting in Los Angeles, at the Iskcon, Los Angeles, and they were going to celebrate also the appearance of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakur. So Srila Prabhupada from Boston and the other disciples from Los Angeles, they were waiting. Those in Los Angeles, they were waiting for the lecture of glorification given by Srila Prabhupada. But in his lecture, Srila Prabhupada said that my spiritual master will be very much eager to hear the lecture by his grand disciples from Los Angeles. So in this way, Srila Prabhupada was giving the responsibility or the honor to his own disciples to glorify his Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakur. And this is actually what happened, that the glorification was done from Los Angeles, and Srila Prabhupada was very happy to hear these glorifications from his disciples, because Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati, according to that statement, his own Guru Maharaj would be very happy to hear from his grand disciples. So we have no qualification to glorify Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakur, but it is only by the mercy of our spiritual master that we can try to understand a little bit about the glories of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakur. So from hearing this glorification, we can take inspiration, not trying to imitate. No question of imitating. I think this morning it was in another lecture given by our Madhav Kumar, yes. How Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati used to observe Chaturmasya. Nobody can imitate. He used to stay in Navadvip at that time, during these 4 months of Chaturmasya. And how he was eating, he was one handful of khichdi was kept on the floor. And so every day he used to eat once only, not with the hand, but bowing down and eating from his mouth directly this one single handful of prasadam. So that was the only thing that he used to eat at the time. So nobody can imitate this type of tapasya, how much he could observe this very strict Chaturmasya. Generally, we understand that a sannyasi who observes Chaturmasya is not supposed to travel, he should stay in one place. But we have not seen any other sannyasi like that, following very strictly how much to eat. Only we have heard only from Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati that he used to eat only this much, only every day for the 4 months of Chaturmasya. So this is something that cannot be imitated by anybody. It is only to be, we can hear only the glories of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, not trying to imitate. So, there are many other glories of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati that makes him a very different type of devotee. Generally, we distinguish between Uttamadhikari, Madhyamadhikari, Kanishtadhikari. But Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur belongs to another order, even greater than Uttamadhikari. And today is his appearance day. So we can just try to remember his glories and how he started the Gaudiya mat in 1918 on the same day, on the same year that he took sannyas order. 64 Gaudiya mats were established by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Not only in India, but in other countries also. So, as mentioned in this lecture we just heard, that it was at the end of a parikrama in Mayapur that all the disciples were gathered, and Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, that was I think in 1933, he started to explain about his desire to start Gaudiya mat also and preaching activities in the Western countries. So he said to the audience, all the important disciples were there. All the sannyasis were there on the first row. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, now we want to initiate a new, our preaching activity should expand to the Western world. So this is our next plan, next activity of Gaudiya mat, to preach in the Western countries. So he was looking at the first rank, first row of disciples, all the sannyasi disciples, and he was looking at them like this. But he said, unfortunately, I do not see anybody who will be capable to do these preaching activities in the Western countries. I cannot see anybody. Then he was looking little behind in a corner. And our spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada, was there seated. And then Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati looked and he saw his disciple, Abhay Charande, Bhaktivedanta Swami. Actually, Prabhupada was not yet a sannyasi. He took sannyas order in 1959, and that was much before, 1923 or so. So then immediately, as Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he could see, he could have a glimpse of our Guru Maharaj. He said, oh no, no, no. One of my disciples will do that. He will do. At that time, everybody was listening. Nobody could understand. Who is that chosen? Who is that blessed disciple who will do this wonderful preaching activity? Nobody could understand. That was a prophecy that could be realized after many years. But that was also the wonderful ability of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakur to understand the wonderful capacity of his disciple, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada. So we can just meditate on this, how his glorious prediction and glorious realization of Srila Prabhupada, our spiritual master. Hare Krishna. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna. So now we will have Pushpanjali. All devotees can stand up at their places. All of you will get the flowers in your hands. Please keep those flowers in the three portions. And initially the whole mantras will be chanted. And then later on, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj's Pranati mantra. And then we will offer the flowers to Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj Srila Prabhupada. So all of you can stand. And please don't come ahead directly to offer the flowers. Basket will come to you. You can just put in those flowers and then all the flowers will be offered. So we request that flowers can be passed. All can take little flowers because many devotees are there.
No, it's okay. So you can repeat these prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yutapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Ragunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakam Vitanscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Sarasvati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati iti namine Srivastabhanavi Devi Daitaya Kripabdhaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Daine Prabhave Namaha Madhuryajvala Premadhya Sri Rupa Nuga Bhaktida Sri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Sri Murtaye Dinatarine Rupanuga Viruddhapa Apasiddhanta Dvanta Harine Namo Gaura Kisoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Viparambha Rasambhode Parambujayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Sarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gaura Virbhava Bhumastam Nirdishta Sajjana Priyaha Vaishnava Sarvabhoma Sri Jagannatha Te Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Padayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaura Tvishe Namaha Pancha Tattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Jayatam Suratau Pangor Mama Manda Matergati Matsarvaswa Padam Bhojau Radha Madana Mohanau Divyad Vrindavana Kalpadomadaha Srimadharata Srimadharatnagara Simhastamastau Srimadharada Srila Govinda Devo Preshtalibhi Sevyamano Smarami Srimadhara Sarasarambi Vamsivatastatastitaha Karsha Venu Svanai Gopir Gopinata Sriyastunaha Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Iti Pushpanjali, Iti Pushpanjali, Iti Pushpanjali. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakura Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
Hare Krishna. Somebody can pass the basket, empty basket to collect the flowers. Mataji, be there for you. Basket will come. Basket will come. Be there only. Basket. Hare Krishna, those only who are in front, they can directly offer the flowers. Others can keep with them.
Iti Pushpanjali, Pushpanjali, Pushpanjali. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Prastaya Bhutale, Srimate Bhaktisiddhanta, Sarasvati Iti Namine, Srivasabhanavi Devi, Daitaya Kripabdhaye, Krishna Sambandha Vijnana, Daine Prabhave Namaha, Madhuryajvala Premadhya, Sri Rupanuga Bhaktida, Sri Gaura Karuna Sakti, Vigrahaya Namostute, Namaste Gauravani, Sri Murtaye Dinatarine, Rupanuga Viruddha, Apasiddhanta Dvanta Harine, Sri Pushpanjali, Pushpanjali, Sri Pushpanjali. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Prastaya Bhutale, Srimate Bhaktisiddhanta, Sarasvati Tinamine, Srivasabhanavi Devi, Daitaya Kripabdhaye, Krishna Sambandha Vijnana, Daine Prabhave Namaha, Madhuryajvala Premadhya, Sri Rupanuga Bhaktida, Sri Gaura Karuna Sakti, Vigrahaya Namostute, Namaste Gauravani, Srimurtaye Dinatarine, Rupanuga Viruddha, Apasiddhanta Dvanta Harine, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakura Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Pushpanjali, Pushpanjali, Pushpanjali. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Hare Krishna. Glad to see you.
How is your health now, Guru?
Slowly improving. Problem, leg problem.
Now you have to take the support of water.
It's just Hare Krishna.
जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय श्रील प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय श्रील प्रभुपाद जय भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर जय भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय राधा मदन मोहन राधे जय राधा मदन मोहन जय जगन्नाथ बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा बलदेवा जय जय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय जय श्रील भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर गोस्वामी महाराज प्रभुपाद की जय। जय श्री श्री राधा मदन मोहन देव की जय। जय श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा देवी की जय। जय श्री श्री गौर निताय की यशोमती नंदन ब्रजवर नागर यशोमती नंदन गोकुल रंजन कान्हा ओ गोपी पराण धन मदन मनोहर गोपी पराण धन कालिया दमन विधान कालिया दमन विधान अमल हरिना अमिय विलास विपिन पुरंदर नवीन नगरवर विपिन पुरंदर नवीन नगरवर वंशीवदन सुवास ब्रज जन पालन असुर कुल नाशन नंद गोधन रखवाला ओ गोविंद माधव नवनीत तस्कर गोविंद माधव नवनीत तस्कर सुंदर नंद गोपाल यामुन तटचर गोपी वसन हर रास रसिक कृपा मोय श्री राधा वल्लभ वृंदावन नटवर श्री राधा वल्लभ वृंदावन नटवर भक्ति विनोद श्रय ओ यशोमती नंदन ब्रजवर नागर ओ गोकुल रंजन काना ओ गोपी परण धन मदन मनोहर कालिया दमन विधान Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jai Radha Madan Mohan Radhe Prabhupada Jai Prabhupada Samsara Davan Lalidha Loka Pranaya Karunya Ghana Tvam Praptasya Kalyana Gunarnavasya Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam Mahaprabhu Kirtan Nritya Gita Vaditra Madhyan Manasura Sena Romanchakam Pashrutaranga Bhajo Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam Shri Vigraharadhana Nityanana Shringaratan Mandiramarjanado Yuktasya Bhakta Shaniyunjatopi Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam Chaturvidha Shri Bhagavat Prasado Swadvana Triptan Hari Bhakta Sanghan कृत्वैव तृप्तिं भजतः सदैव वन्दे गुरोः श्रीचरणारविन्दम् श्रीराधिका माधवयोरपारा माधुर्यलीला गुणरूपनाम्ना प्रतिक्षणा स्वादनलोलुपस्य वन्दे गुरोः श्रीचरणारविन्दम् निकुञ्जयो नो रतिकेलिसिद्ध्यै यायालिभिर्युक्तिरपेक्षणीया तत्रातिदाक्षादतिवल्लभस्य वन्दे गुरोः श्रीचरणारविन्दम् साक्षाद्धरित्वेन समस्तशास्त्रे उक्तस्तथा भाव्यत एव सद्भिः किन्तु प्रभोर्यः प्रिय एव तस्य वन्दे गुरोः श्रीचरणारविन्दम् यस्य प्रसादात् भगवत्प्रसादो यस्य प्रसादात् न गति कुतोऽपि ध्यायन्स्तु वंस्तस्य यशस्त्रीसन्ध्यं वन्दे गुरोः श्रीचरणारविन्दम् ओ वन्दे गुरोः श्रीचरणारविन्दं वन्दे गुरोः श्रीचरणारविन्दम् विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Oh Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakur, Jaya Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakur. Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jayam Vijubhat Paramamsa Parivara Jakacharya Ashtotala Sata Sri Srimati Zvangles A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jayam Vijubhat Paramamsa Parivara Jakacharya Ashtotala Sata Sri Srimati Zvangles Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem se karo Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Shyama Kunda Radha Kund Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Mayapur Navadvip Dham Ki Jai. Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Ganga Mai Ki Jai. Yamuna Mai Ki Jai. Srimati Tulasi Devi Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Sri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Sri Sri Radha Madan Mohan Ki Jai. Sri Sri Gaunitai Ki Jai. Sri Sri Jagannath Subhadra Baladev Ki Jai. Gaura Premanandi. All glories to the Samadhivatis. All glories to the Samadhivatis. All glories to the Samadhivatis. All glories to Sri Guru, Sri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakur Maharaj. Srila Prabhupada Avirbhav Titi Mahamahotsav Ki Jai.
Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Praladadadayene Hiranyagase Porvakshaha Silatangana Kalaye Latangana Kala Itona Sima Paradona Sima Paradona Yato yato yamita tona sima Mahena sima Rudayena sima Harasimma Madim Sharanam Prapade Simma Madim Sharanam Prapade Tavakara Kamala Varena Kam Adbhuta Srungam Dalita Hiranyakasipu Tanu Brunga Keshavadruta Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadesha Hare Jai Jagadesha Hare Jai Jagadesha Hare Navakara Alavare Nakam Adbhuta Sangha Dalita Hiranyakasipu Tanu Brunga Keshavadruta Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadesha Hare Jai Jagadesha Hare Jai Jagadesha Hare Jaya Keshavadruta Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadesha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare, Jai Jagadisha Hare, Jagaduta Narani Rupa, Jai Jagadisha Hare, Jai Jagadisha Hare, Jai Jagadisha. Jaya Narasimhadev, 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 Jaya Narasimhadev, Narasimhadev. Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Anita Gaur Haribo, 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 Anita Gaur Haribo. भक्ति विघ्न विनाशक नरसिंह देव भगवान की, भक्तराज भक्त शिरोमणि प्रहलाद महाराज की, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंद।